You hear about lots of people having foundation problems, but you don't really get it. Like, why does the dirt mess up people's homes? So the big question that you have is, what's the deal with expansive clay soil and why does it mess up foundations? I'm Nika, the Foundation Repair Chica here at Anchor Foundation Repair. I'm the translator that helps people understand things in normal language. For this expansive clay soil explanation, I'm going to use this little fun toy. Pretend like this is a clay molecule. You know, molecules, there's a whole bunch of them, and they're all resting happily against each other, and this is sort of like their medium state of thing. Now, they're called expansive because what they do is when it rains and the dirt gets wet, the molecules all expand. See that? Isn't that cool? Here's like medium wetness, here's maximum wetness, but then also what happens is when it doesn't rain, which is a lot here in Texas, it doesn't rain, that molecule will then shrink. And it won't just shrink down to kind of like that medium size, it will continue to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. So you just sort of have to imagine all of these molecules, they're all like packed together, they all expand, they get bigger and bigger. I can't do this. They get all bigger and bigger, and then they will push your home up when everything's really wet. And then it's summer and you have a drought, and then all of these molecules shrink down and shrink down and shrink down, and then they're much lower, and your home, which is resting on top of all of these tiny little molecules, actually moves. So your home can get pushed up. All right, I gotta put these down. Your home can get pushed up during the wet times because these molecules are very strong actually, and they can push your home up. And then you get to summer or any time that it's dry and not raining, and then your home can sink down. What happens with these lovely molecules combined with the weather patterns we have here in Texas is that this up and down happens every year. Spring, summer, fall, winter, it just keeps going. And so this big cycle of expansion when wet and contraction when dry that causes your home to experience signs of distress and what we would eventually call foundation problems. If these signs of distress start to cause your home to not function properly or things to not work right. Sometimes these signs are cosmetic and they look ugly and unattractive and you don't like them and they make you unhappy. That's what expansive clay soil does and why it messes with your home. Here in Texas, it's a lot worse because we do have these very extreme weather cycles. In other parts of the country, it's maybe not so extreme. And so even if they have expansive clay soils, they're not experiencing the extreme drought every year or the super duper rainy hurricane flooding weather. In Texas, we have a lot of this soil, and we also have these climate conditions that go from one extreme to another over and over again every year. And so that's why it really messes with homes, and that's why sometimes you need to get your foundation repaired here in Texas. So now that you know that you live on these expansive clay soils, you might be wondering, well, like, what do I do now? How do I know if I am having foundation problems? What we suggest you do is, number one, to know the actual signs and symptoms of foundation problems. We have a picture guide that I will put a link to in the description so that you can know all the real signs and also understand the misleading ones. Keep an eye on your house and see if anything develops. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we're here to help.